What 4-day tests could mean for the future of cricket. A little before 10:30 am on Tuesday, anthems are sung as Australia and England ready themselves for a test match at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. This is the Boxing Day test match as it has always been. 6,000 miles away, in Port Elizabeth, another test begins 10 hours later. Only this Boxing Day game has a twist. It is a 4-day test, the first since 1973, and, to boot, is a day-night game and played with a pink ball. So 2 test matches yet 2 games played over different lengths, with different balls and different rules. Test cricket's image as a game that has been unchanged since its birth in 1877 is its foundational myth, the game's comfort blanket. Yet this belies the truth, that Test cricket has always evolved, with matches scheduled over 3, 4, 5, 6 and unlimited days. The pre-Second World War timeless tests and overs of 4, 6 and even 8 balls. A future in which playing conditions vary from match to match is really just a return to Test cricket's past. Significant differences even beyond the most obvious one, the length of the games. There are significant differences in the rules of the tests taking place now in Australia and South Africa. It's a myth that Test cricket is a conservative sport and day-night innovation proves that the 4-day test in South Africa comprises 98 overs a day, rather than 90, the equivalent playing time of 4 days in one session of a 5-day test, which means that sessions are longer, while a team only needs a lead of 150 runs, rather than 200, to be given the option of enforcing the follow-on. Perhaps these all sound like trifling changes, the sort to be absorbed only by those who devour the minutiae of the laws of cricket. Yet they could add up to some profound differences in the way that 4-day tests are played out on the field. Overwhelming burden. Most obviously, a combination of fewer days and more overs per day threatens to impose an overwhelming burden on 4-man bowling attacks, so all-rounders, and 5-man attacks, will be even more valuable in 4-day tests. Fewer overs will also encourage more enterprising cricket. That much was evident in how the opening day ended in the 2 Boxing Day tests. Australia batted almost furiously in the final session of Day 1, reflecting how, when batting first in 5-day tests, teams traditionally aim to bat for almost 2 days. They cannot afford to do so in 4-day matches. And so, an hour before the close of the opening day in Port Elizabeth, South Africa declared against Zimbabwe, partly because of the match being 4 days, and partly because, in day-night tests, batting is notoriously difficult in the closing stages of a day. So the different conditions of the 2 tests meant they were played at completely different rhythms. Uneasy coexistence. The future points to 4- and 5-day tests coexisting, a little uneasily. Multiple formats of the same sport are common. Multiple forms of the same format are not, because they are confusing to fans and risk undermining the integrity of the sport. Imagine the incredulity of some Premier League games being 72 minutes while the rest remain 90. 5-day matches will be standard in the new league structure for the top 9 test nations, which begins in 2019. But outside it, when the other 3 test nations, Afghanistan, Ireland and Zimbabwe, play either each other or against the top 9 nations, 4-day tests will become more common, even the norm. Such tests are cheaper. Most tests lost about £400,000, and shaving off a day reduces these costs by about a fifth. In a schedule overcrowded by relentless international and domestic T20 cricket, shorter games are easier to fit in and, crucially, they can be played at a time to maximize the amount of cricket played over the weekend, making them more attractive for broadcasters and easier for fans to attend. It is hoped that four-day tests might also be more competitive, by offering the weaker side more scope of getting a draw, like when Ireland host Australia before the 2019 Ashes. New Era strolling around the crowd during the Boxing Day test in Melbourne can feel a little like eavesdropping on a group of old family friends in the pub. Many of those in the crowd return here every year, sitting in the same seats and among the same people. Melbourne's Boxing Day test, which attracted over 150,000 in the first 2 days, will not change, and nor does it need to. Yet gauging the overall health of Test cricket by going to Melbourne for the Boxing Day test is as deceptive as measuring the popularity of a banana republic by an opinion poll. The sports administrators believe that tests need to adapt to survive. And so, almost surreptitiously, Test cricket is moving into a new era when, in the name of fighting for the attention of fickle sporting fans, it embraces multiple formats of the same game.